Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're about ready to begin our descent into Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Right after we take a quick left-hand turn here. Right-hand turn. Autopilot catches me again. We're about 90 miles due south and east of downtown Seattle. Whoa! Where did that come from? No idea there were mountains in these parts. Let's put a little altitude between us and that thing. Got it all under control up here in the cockpit. Jeez, someone get me a cocktail. You weren't supposed to hear that.
And welcome to Twisted Tourist Goes to... Seattle. Perfect. So you're coming to the Pacific Northwest. Well, I'm here to greet your arrival. Even before you arrive in the Emerald City, you'll have quite possibly already experienced a bit of Seattle ingenuity. Microsoft, Starbucks, Gary Larson Far Side comics, even that Boeing jet you just flew in on, all started right here in Seattle. In fact, that disgruntled gentleman that you're sitting next to on the flight home, it's quite possible that he's an ex-Boeing worker who's just been sent packing after the latest series of layoffs. First-time visitors to Seattle are often excited to see Seattle's many famous landmarks. Unfortunately, a lot of tour books just point them straight to the Space Needle. Don't get me wrong, it's a great structure. The Seattle Space Needle, built in 1962 as part of the World's Fair, had a height of 605 feet. Its elevators descend at a rate of... Sorry, just the old tour guide kicking in. But I'm willing to bet that a lot of the arriving passengers here at SeaTac International Airport welcome to Seattle. Want to see a little more than just the Space Needle. Can I ask you, what are you hoping to see while you're here in Seattle? Let's find out what it is.
Hey, you know what I really want to see?
Well, I'd love to see the house that Kurt Cobain died in.
I'd like to visit Jimi Hendrix gravesite while I'm here.
I'd like to see Dave Matthews in his natural environment.
What about Bill Gates? Doesn't Bill live around here somewhere?
Where does I live? Bill Gates. Bill Gates.
Now, Ted Bundy lived in Seattle. That's kind of creepy, isn't it?
I'd really like to know where Kenny G lives.
We're going to pretend we didn't hear that last one.
I'd like to see the house Kurt Cobain lived in.
Where did Kurt Cobain live?
Boy, we've got a lot of ground to cover, so we may as well get started with the grunge movement. Now, nothing secured Seattle's place on the pop culture landscape more than the grunge movement of the early 90s. Seattle didn't ask to be the center of this new sensation, least of all its angst-ridden poster boy, Kurt Cobain. Now, there are many landmarks in Seattle that are inexorably linked to that scene. If you were a fan of that era's music, you owe it to yourself to visit a few of these haunts. Like the Rebar, about 5 blocks east of the downtown core. Here in the fall of 1991, Nirvana celebrated the release of their brand new CD, Nevermind. The CD was expected to sell about 100,000 copies. Instead, it's up to about, 10 million now. There's the Crocodile Cafe here on 2nd Avenue in downtown Seattle. Opened in 1991, the Croc is still a very popular Seattle music club today. Now, it's managed by Peter Buck's wife. Peter Buck, of course, is the lead guitarist with R.E.M. Now, the Croc, because of its celebrity connection, is still likely to host some very special guests from time to time. Now, the more obscure the name on the marquee,
Model Rockets, Eddie Vedder,
the more likely it is that Eddie Vedder is really booked to play, and there's no way you're getting in. Now, down the street a little way from the Crocodile, in easy walking distance, yeah, for some, is Sub Pop Records. Now that's the label that had the vision to sign and promote some of the early grunge acts. Excuse me, sir. They signed bands like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Heads Up, and that other one. Oh.
My name is Jed Mayhew, and I do publicity and advertising for Sub Pop Records. The first office was on First Avenue in the terminal sales building on the 11th floor, and that's where Sub Pop started, and they used to keep the records in the bathroom. Every day was hot tubs and cocaine and rock stars stopping by, and they were just living it all the time. We have people that come to our offices from all over the world that are huge Sub Pop fans, and they're always coming by expecting it to be the same as it was in 1992, but it's not the same anymore. So generally, they're a little bit disappointed, and we give them some stickers and send them on their way.
He thinks I'm a tourist. Ugh. And although it might be difficult to pinpoint a time and place where grunge was born, it's ever so clear where and when it ended. Right here, April 8th, 1994. Now there's no way, of course, we can get inside the house where Cobain died. Unless, of course, you disguise yourself as James the gardener. See, there are new owners now. Courtney Love, Kurt's widow, sold it back in 1997. Now, these new owners didn't pay several $1 million to have the likes of you, and certainly not me, go traipsing through their fine house, etching "We Love You, Kurt" into the fine woodwork. However, conveniently, there's this park just adjacent to the former Cobain property. You just walk over there, have a look over the fence, it's like you got your own personal invitation. But you haven't, so keep your ugly mug this side, all right? Now, the garage structure where Cobain shot himself has since been pulled down. Well, and you can't really blame him for that. It was apparently in the southwest corner, just beneath us, right here. As I hear it, Cobain was upstairs in the greenhouse section, listening to R.E.M's Automatic for the People and drinking Bach's root beer when he shot himself. Now, keep in mind, if you're looking to pay homage to your anti-establishment hero, this is a pretty establishment neighborhood. I mean, what was Cobain doing living here? You step off the sidewalk here and you trigger 13 different security alarms. Time to go. Just a footnote about Kurt Cobain. Kurt's ashes were strewn in McLean Creek, which is about an hour south of Seattle in Olympia, which just happens to be the state capital. So it's a little ill-defined where you might like to go and pay your last respects. So, what else do you want to see?